sound of gushing water fills my ears. It draws me to it, and so I follow the noise. As I get closer, it intensifies. A magnificent tree hides the view. I brush back the branches and leaves to reveal an outstanding beauty. I marvel at the scene in utter awe of its glory. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today's DIY is part of a challenge hosted by Denise, Jordan, Lacey Space and Make It with Chrissy. The links to their channels and the playlist will be in the description box. The first thing you're going to need is a container. So this is one that I'm using. I'm going to fill it up with some gravel or stones. So I'm going to just pour this in. Then I'm going to place this under it because it does have a drainage hole. So I'm going to give this a bit of a tidy. I'm going to make use of some old DIYs that I've done, so I removed all of the moss. I'm just going to use the soil, and it's okay, it's mixed in with a bit of gravel. So the next thing you're going to do is take your soil and fill it up inside. I am again reusing an old DIY here. I've removed quite a lot of it, so I'm going to make use of the soil. Next you're going to take your plant. I've got a lovely one here, and then I'm going to just make some space for it in my pot, somewhere here. So you're going to give it a squeeze so that you can get it out of the pot. The next thing you're going to need are some stones. First I'm just going to add a few at the back here. Notice how I've made like a slant that goes down here. You're also going to need to do that because we're going to be making waterfalls, so you do need like a groove going on. If you have it level, you're not going to have space to do that. I'm sort of just building the foundation here so that I can start working on the waterfall features. It's kind of a bit like Tetris right now. You need to find stones that fit so none of the soil is showing. And just have a play around, try to get it as natural looking as possible. We're going to start making our waterfall now. So to do that you're going to need a plastic bottle, and you're also going to need your hot glue gun, some white paint, a paintbrush and some scissors. So essentially what you want to do is cut out strips from this plastic bottle. So I'm just removing this. And be very careful while you're doing this because the plastic is sharp and then your hot glue gun can get really hot on this plastic. So all you want to do is take your glue gun, make strips like this of hot glue going down the plastic bottle. You're going to have something that looks like this, your piece of plastic and your hot glue. Now the tip here is to make sure that your glue gun isn't on for too long because it will just melt the plastic too much. So I'm taking my first stone, I'm going to hot glue it to the bottom here. I'm taking my first stone here, I'm going to place it on top so that we give it some extra height. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep making some of these little plastic bits for our water. Okay, so this is how our structure is looking at the moment. You can see that I've tried to get it as natural as possible here. I've even connected the two together with little pieces of plastic. Now I'm going to start adding a little bit of detailing. I'm going to create some moss effect on the stones here, and to do that I am taking this bag here. This is my secret. It's actually generally used for modelling, but because I like making dioramas in fairy gardens and that kind of thing, little miniature worlds, I do use this. So it's called Javis Countryside Scenics, and this is the one I've got, number 1, light green, fine turf. So what we're going to do is use a paintbrush and some PVA or Mod Podge, whatever you have, and we're going to just apply some glue on a bit of the rocks here, and then we're going to scatter some of this so that it looks really natural. You know, like how the stones have like moss growing on them when they are near water? That's what we're going to be mimicking. You also want to go over some of the rocks with just Mod Podge alone so that it looks like they're wet. Because it dries clear, you want it to look like water has splashed on there. Again, that's just making it look more realistic. So here it is, my clear Mod Podge. Just going to touch some of the stones with it. Okay, now I have finished adding all the details to the rocks. I'm going to start working on the detailing for the waterfall. To do that, I'm going to take my white acrylic paint. That's just going to make it look like it's flowing and moving water. The tip here is not to add too much. You want to sort of dry brush it, and where you think it looks quite natural, like it's actually flowing, I'm going to be using this for my artificial water. I have made this from a previous project, so I will link it for you. But basically all it is coloured card, hot glue on top, and then a little bit of white paint. It's kind of like how we made the waterfalls. So I've done a rough measurement here. I'm going to place it on top of here and cut it so that hopefully it fits to this inside part here. Okay, so as you can see, that's inside now. I'm going to make an additional waterfall part here because we need to connect the two. And I'm also going to make another one here and coming all the way down. I've decided to leave this because I do like a little bit of the soil showing. I think it really adds to it. So there you go, you can see now I've added little bits so that it connects to the water. I also added more white paint here, just so it looks, again, realistic. And I've added a little figurine in because I just thought it really adds to it. I can link her for you in the description box if you're interested. And here's the final project. I hope that you have enjoyed watching all of this come together. I think it's just such a magical process. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I always respond. And if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button. I always enjoy sharing new techniques and just such interesting DIYs, stuff that you wouldn't really see on YouTube. It's not your typical average thing. And the tip here is to make sure that your glue gun isn't on for too long, because this will happen. That's not what I want, so I've got to wait for this glue gun to cool down. Here's some Leo bonus time. He loves plants. He likes eating grass, and sometimes he tries to eat this because he thinks it's grass. I always have to tell him it's not. Is it, Leo? He's a grass boy. It's funny because his sister isn't. She doesn't eat grass at all. I know a lot of you are fans of the cats, and you know, I'm not complaining. I absolutely love them. I love all animals, but I thought that I will include some bonus little footage for you of them. Here's his sister, Leo's sister. She's just such a goof bag. She really makes me smile and laugh. I caught her here just playing with her mouse toy, and you can see what I mean. Look at her little teeth there. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's all for today.